Here's section C-3. We're going to determine whether two lines are parallel. We'll do a different type of proof. We're still going to talk about parallel lines and a transversal cutting through them. But we're going to kind of talk about this in a different way than we did in the last section. The last section, we said the lines were parallel, and then because the lines were parallel, we were able to show that the angles were congruent or supplementary or things of that fashion. Remember the types of angles: corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, same side interior angles, and alternate exterior angles. But now we're going to work it kind of backwards. So this lesson will sound similar than the last lesson, but it is not. It's different, and it's important that it's different. So this time we're going to say, I don't know if the lines are parallel. They're just two lines, like back here when I showed you long ago in the first section. Are these lines parallel? Well, they don't look parallel, but what will happen is we can show that the lines can be parallel depending on what we know about the angles. So the theorems look like this. So we're going to look at the converse of the corresponding angle theorem. So we're starting off, if two lines, doesn't say parallel, it just says two lines. If two lines and a transversal form corresponding angles that are congruent, then the lines will be parallel. So here, let me show you. Every single one of these, there's four of these theorems. The then part, then the lines are parallel. Look, then the lines are parallel. Then the lines are parallel. Then the lines are parallel. So all of these are going to show that the lines will be parallel. So if we don't start off with the lines being parallel, we look at the angles, and the angles can tell us if the lines are parallel. That's what the proof will look like. So we'll start off by looking here. If we can show that two corresponding angles are congruent, then we can show that the lines are parallel. So that's different from last time. Last time we started off with the parallel lines and we showed the angles were congruent. This time we're starting off with the angles being congruent. We're showing that the sides are parallel, that the lines are parallel. Same story here. If we can show that the alternate interior angles are congruent, then we show that the lines are parallel. This is the converse of the alternate interior angle theorem. The converse of the same side interior angles postulate is this. If we can show that the same side interior angles do add up to 180 degrees, then we can tell you that the L and M, that the lines are parallel. Okay? If we have supplementary same side interior angles, then we automatically get parallel lines. We'll be using that in a proof. And the last one, the converse of the alternate exterior angles theorem. If we can show two alternate exterior angles are congruent, we can use this theorem to say, well then we've proven that the two lines are parallel. And there's your notes for section C3.